Okay, we're down in the paddock with Andrew Jordan, currently leading the championship, 2 wins last time out, and you're on P2 for today. How's everything going for you?
Yeah, very well. Cadwell was obviously very good with a couple of wins and some lap record and stuff. The car was fantastic there. So yesterday was a bit of a mixed weather day and wet qualifying, so as you say, second, very close with Aaron in front. So today I've just been and looked at the track. I think it's slicks but very damp, but there's a bit of rain in the air, so I think it might be a bit of a tyre lottery over in assembly area, but everything's going good and enjoying it.
It's certainly going to be exciting to watch, see which way you go. Now, for some more important questions, we're going to play service station or cheese.
Right.
This is, it's a highlight. You haven't seen the look on your face, you're very excited by this. Right, we've got 5 questions, you've got to guess if it's a service station, and you've done a lot of travelling for your motorsport, or a cheese. Ready? So, Dudderswell.
Cheese.
It is. It's a sheep's cheese. Number 2, Rivington.
Services.
You're good. A1M. Peas Pottage.
Services.
On Fire. Yeah. M23.
Okay, that was a guess.
Really? I thought you'd get that one. Okay, right. Copperstone.
Cheese.
Yep. That's also cheese. And finally, Annandale.
Cheese.
No. 4 out of 5.
Right, fine.
A74. Cheers, Andrew. Good luck with the race.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Okay, bit of a long walk now to see Aaron Smith right down the end of the paddock, our previous year's champion. How was qualifying for you yesterday?
It was eventful, but we got out there in the end and just knew what we had to do, and we've put it on pole position, so yeah, I couldn't be any happier really.
And we've got some quick fire questions for you, liven things up a little bit. Electric or petrol car?
Petrol.
Fiercest racing rival?
Oh. At current, Andrew Jordan, he's got to be up there, he's pretty fast.
Fast circuit or a twisty circuit?
Twisty circuit.
Would you rather buff out a swirly or fit some new arches?
Some arches, because I know a man who supplies them.
One final one. Gherkin or no gherkin?
Gherkin.
Well, there you go. Thanks very much, Aaron. Enjoy your race. So we're joined now by James Cuthbertson, who's had a fantastic result in qualifying yesterday. His best ever, and he starts on the second row in P3. How was that, James?
Yeah, it was really good. It was a bit wet yesterday. Just got out real early, missed a lot of the traffic and stuff, and just got a really good run, so got lucky really.
You've never started on the second row before, I'm thinking, so have you got any tactics for the race?
Yeah, just go fast from the beginning. Basically just try and get away really quickly, try and stay out of trouble, and just try and hold them up.
It's nice that we've got quite a few spectators back again. How's it feeling being back at the Mini Festival after 2 years?
Oh, it's great. This place is brilliant. You know, the Minis love it. The club loves this place. You know, the weather's a bit tough today. We're not sure if it's going to be wet or dry, but yeah, it's great to see the people back, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well done on your P3. Look forward to seeing you progress to the front.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Lined up, got the green flag from the back from the marshal. 5-second board goes out. Red lights go on. And we're racing. What are the stars like? It's a great start for the engine. It's a fantastic start. Andrew Jordan leads them then for the first time through the Paddock Hill bend, and a really, really good start from Ashley Davies. Someone who found themselves going backwards there was Aaron Smith.
We did talk about that lining off on the outside of the front row of the grid. That was exactly what Andrew Jordan did. He got the perfect start. Not a hint of movement before the lights went out, and then when the lights went out, absolutely nailed the start. He's got the angle right, got everything about it right, and he now leads back down the straight. However, on that opening lap, we've had a bit of a muddle at Paddock Hill bend. Not surprising really when you've got such a full grid. One car has ended up one car floating up there at the bottom. and neatly in time as they came down towards Paddock Hill Bend. They saw the SC boards out, the safety car boards out. They saw the waved yellow flags, and Andrew Jordan was under a huge amount of pressure going into the yellow flag zone from NF Owens from the outside of the second row of the grid. We mentioned before the race started, these are experienced drivers. NF Owens, a proven winner in Mini Miglias, and not surprisingly got a good start and was not allowing Andrew Jordan to get away. They've got it all to do again. The BMW safety car picks up the field as they go around the right-hander McLaren into clearways. Andrew Jordan, with all his experience, has really caught right up to the back of the BMW and is wheeling the car from side to side to try and make the dissipation of heat in the tyres as little as possible at this stage. They don't really know how many laps they're going to be circulating behind the safety car.
At this moment in time, Andrew Jordan getting a great start. NF Owens also getting a good launch off the line, and who's found themselves now into fourth place is the number 87 of Ashley Davis, who absolutely nailed the launch there. Just got themselves a couple of positions up into third place at one point, challenging for second in towards Paddock Hill Bend, but now down to fourth place. And someone who didn't get the greatest start in the world, the number 21 there of Aaron Smith, that instantly recognisable pink Mini. It just seemed like they were going backwards when the lights went out there.
But he's set about making those places back up, hasn't he? He's got back up to third place at the end of lap one. He was back up to third place when the safety car was deployed. Kane Astin was another one of the drivers that we picked out before the start of the race that would potentially improve on grid position. Has done already, so is now currently running in fifth place. That's car number 11. There are so many very, very impressive drivers here in the field, so plenty to look out for. But Andrew Jordan, NF Owens, Aaron Smith, the top three, very much predictable that they could be running at the front before the race got underway. Andrew Jordan making the most of that that angle when you basically point the car out and a red flag, so not able under safety car control to effect this recovery in the gravel on the outside of Paddock Hill Bend. So unfortunately the race is halted briefly.
Yep, halted, so the obviously timer comes to a stop and the recovery will get underway to cover those cars. But yeah, mighty start there from Andrew Jordan, as you already said, to take the lead of this race at the time of the red flag. NF Owens in second place in the number 32. Then in third place is the number 21 of Aaron Smith, the number 87, got a great start, Ashley Davis in fourth place. Number 11 of Kane Astin in fifth place, with the number 34 of Joe Ferguson in sixth place. Number 37 of James Cuthbertson in seventh place, with the number 49 of Martin Wager in eighth. Then it's the 88 there of Kieran McDonald in ninth, and rounding off the top 10 is the number 55 of Ben Colburn.
So the cars line up single file down the start-finish straight, the Bradham Straight. Just marshals allowed out onto the circuit at this stage until the order for getting the cars into their grid spots and getting the restart underway. Instructions are given from race control, and if needs be, the original grid will be used. Otherwise, timekeepers, the order at the end of lap one, and then we'll line up on the grid in that order. Andrew Jordan is indicated to pull forward and then come to a stop, so the 77 car comes to a stop. Of course, Brands Hatch has got to be a very, very dear circuit in the memory of Andrew Jordan. He claims his BTCC title in 2013 here at Brands Hatch in a thrilling season finale, and last year didn't compete in the BTCC, but electing to really build upon the incredible work that JRT, Jordan Racing Team, his father Mike and himself do in restoring historic cars, and has been focusing on that and racing historic cars and also racing in minis. His father will be racing in Mini 7s a little bit later on. Mike, a former British GT champion and a BTCC race winner as well. And they will be lining up according to the original grid. So the cars are forming up now. Andrew Jordan has got all of that work to do once again. It will be a reduced race distance. I think we're complete with our recovery over there at Paddock Hill Bend. And a recovery taking place on the run up towards Druids as well. So one of the recoveries is complete. The grid that's lining up with Aaron Smith and Andrew Jordan. First row is in place, so to the second row with James Cuthbertson in the yellow and blue Mini alongside number 32 Endaf Owens. Powerful little minis these, 1300 cc engines. Always get close racing. Not the most aerodynamic of cars, so being able to follow a car at close quarters offers an advantage to pull out from the hole in the air that the car in front is creating, and you get a tow and then pull out. The opportunities of overtaking become extremely exciting in Mini Miglia racing.
Yes, and if they are lining up, which they are, I think they are, with their original grid positions.
They are, yep.
Ashley Davis, who had a fantastic start, he's got to do that all over again now. And, start from 6th place again. Was challenging for 2nd place going down towards Paddock Hill Bend. And now this time around we'll have to do all that hard work again. But it's a second chance this time for Aaron Smith, who didn't get the greatest launch in the world first time around. But he will get a second chance to see if he can put up a challenge to Andrew Jordan heading down in towards Paddock Hill Bend. Of course, the 21 of Aaron Smith is on pole position, so should get that second chance to get the launch underway.
So there will be a couple of gaps on the grid where cars that have been involved in those opening lap incidents should have been, and once everybody has lined up, we'll endeavour to identify the cars that have not made it to the grid. Now, one car that hasn't made it to the grid but is intent on taking the start of the race is number 85, and that's Sam Summerhays. His car has lined up Kieran down in pit lane at the end of pit lane.
Yes, so Sam Summerhays was the one at the very top of the hill at Paddock Hill Bend in the gravel, got recovered and then drove the car all the way back. So I believe he now has to start from the pit lane now, because he has to cede that grid position, as he was unfortunately in the gravel and had then to be recovered. So he has to now cede his grid position. And I think there's still, yes, they've got the car on the back of the flatbed on the run up towards Druids there. And it was the number 4 of Colin Peacock. That's the car. I was trying to figure out who it was up towards Druids. So that's now on the back of the flatbed recovery.
So from the 4th row of the grid, we're missing the 62 car. From the 7th row of the grid, we're missing number 4 and number 85, but number 85 we know is down in pit lane. Cars being held on the grid until the word is given for another countdown. Have we got a new race distance? We have 17 minutes. This race is going to be, not 20 minutes as originally intended. The Andrew Jordan start was really a textbook start from the outside of the front row of the grid. Got the angle right, got the car turned downhill, if you like, to the right-hand side, and by Paddock Hill Bend already had quite a gap. He's got to do it all again now.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well, is getting into the mindset of getting into a restart. You've gone through all the paces of gearing yourself up for a race start. You got a racing lap in, then a time under the safety car, then the race being halted altogether, and now you've got to go through the process of getting into that mindset of starting again. And sometimes for the drivers, I mean, I'd love to say I know how it feels, but I really, really haven't got the slightest. But gearing yourself up for that recovery or for that race start once again, you know, there must be an element of nerves in having to do it all over again.
And we also have another car which will be starting from pit lane. It's the number 26 car, which originally would have started on the outside of row 12. So Peter Arnold, in his very pleasant-looking green and white Mini Miglia, is lined up behind the car of Sam Summerhays down in pit lane. Two cars then will take the start after the field have gone off and started the race from pit lane. How are we doing over there?
I think we did have a flatbed truck down there recovering.
Good point to mention the marshals, because they've been put into operation very early in the day of racing in the Mini Festival. The marshals, we couldn't go racing without them, and absolutely fantastic job they do. We'll talk more about the marshals as the day goes on.
We will indeed, as we are hopefully gearing up to get our green flag lap once again. So green flag lap goes away, and the drivers get another opportunity to put some heat into the tyres, the brakes and the vitals of the car. And Andrew Jordan instantly getting to work in trying to go weaving left and right to put some heat into the tyres. And of course a fantastic job from the recovery teams and our Orange Army out there. Of course, without them we could not go racing. Now, issues for the number 88 off that start. That's Kieran McDonald. On this green flag lap, he's pulled over to the right hand side, just past the start finish line, just past the start line lights. Now, that is in a place where the escape road is right behind him, so we've got someone running to the car to push it back, and that's really unfortunate for Kieran McDonald. We have Sims now getting away for the number 20 in Mark Sims, but for Kieran McDonald, unfortunately that car's being wheeled back, and well, that's a huge shame for Kieran McDonald. Whatever happened, it just seemed to happen as he was trying to pull the car away, and decided it will go no further.
You know, you mentioned earlier on that Arden Mini are here this weekend.
I do remember that.
And one thing I didn't realise is there is a unique opportunity with Arden Mini to drive one of the new electric Minis here at Brands Hatch. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
All you need to do is go down to Arden Mini, and there is a tarmac area behind the expo area where Arden Mini are. So seek them out, have a chat to a member of staff, and see if potentially you can be driving today's ultra modern technology in a Mini and the all-electric Mini. I don't suppose there's much opportunity in the timetable to go over and do that, but they are very intriguing cars, aren't they? Very impressive.
Yeah, very good off the line, an electric car, that is for sure.
Oh yes.
That is very for sure.
Am I allowed to talk about some laps that I had at Silverstone in a Porsche Taycan?
I mean, no one is going to stop you, Alan. I will say that.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, we can, because we've got the Porsche Festival coming up in just a few weeks' time here, and I'll find out the exact date of that, but similar to the Mini Festival, but all about Porsche and celebrating 60th anniversary of the Porsche Club Great Britain. Today, it's all about Minis, and the front row of the Done-Up Mini Challenge is supported by Mini Spares Miglia's line-up. Front row in place, second row in place, Aaron Smith, Andrew Jordan, James Cuthbertson, NF Owens. Third row in place, 87 Ashley Davis, 34 Joe Ferguson, and on its own on the fourth row is Kane Astin. Look at some of those angles. Ashley Davis, who got a brilliant start, angled up towards the outside of the track, the left-hand side of the track. Andrew Jordan got a brilliant start from the outside of the front row of the grid, facing his car downwards.
So then, as we just wait for the last of the Libras to take their places on the grid, all eyes will now be on the start line. Green flag at the back, 5 second board is out. We're moments away from racing once again. Red lights go on. And we're racing. What are the starts like this time? It's a great start from Andrew Jordan. Much better start this time around from the 21 of Aaron Smith as they now hurtle their way now towards Paddock Hill Bend for another time. Through they go. So Andrew Jordan leads now from the number 21 of Aaron Smith as they now descend down Paddock Hill Bend and now onto the climb towards Druids. Once again, Andrew Jordan leading the way. That was NF Owens thinking about a move up the inside of Druids. Didn't quite have the room to try and make that way through as they head their way now down towards Graham Hill Bend.
Kane Aston got a good start as well from the fourth row of the grid. He was on his own, don't forget, on the fourth row of the grid, up to fifth place. Down the Cooper Straight they go. Yep, Andrew Jordan got the same textbook start this time, however, slightly different in as much as Aaron Smith got a very good start as well. Not quite good enough to head the field into Paddock Hill Bend, but much better this time because Aaron Smith there in second place. He was a very cool customer in qualifying yesterday, wasn't he? He left it until well into the session before he went out and diligently set about getting better and better and better laps and went quicker and quicker and took pole position away from Andrew Jordan by the end of the race. Andrew was trying to do something about that right until the checkered flag. Now it's a battle between them in the race on track around.
Yeah, we've got Kane Aston who's had a spin up at the top at Druids. He's able to rejoin, but that's not great because he was challenging away for fourth place there at the time and has found himself into a spin. Meanwhile, the number 32 then of Endaf Owens has now gained a position and moved ahead of Aaron Smith, now up into second place. So now we get to see the number 77 of Andrew Jordan versus the number 32 of Endaf Owens as they make their way now through Clark Curve and now heading their way on towards the Brabham Straight. Andrew Jordan leads once again on this lap. Endaf Owens in second place with Aaron Smith rounding off the top three as they make their way towards the line. Then it's the number 34 there. Number 34 of Joe Ferguson. Following him behind is Ashley Davis in fifth.
Top three have broken away a little bit as they head up Hailwood Hill towards Druids. The order is Andrew Jordan, Endaf Owens and Aaron Smith with a little bit of a gap before we then have the 34 car of Joe Ferguson. They head down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend using the curbs. Sideways moment there from third place, loses out a bit of pace as well as a result of that for Aaron Smith, so he drops back a little bit more into the clutches of Joe Ferguson now rather than mounting a challenge to take second place back away from Endaf Owens. So it's a pair for the lead as they head through Clearways up towards Clark Curve. It's Andrew Jordan that leads, the former BTCC champion, up towards the line and completing another lap. In second place it's Endaf Owens. In third place a little way back is Aaron Smith. Then a gap before we've got this great battle for a fourth place. Absolutely tied together they are, and that's the way they approach Druids. So the top three are through Druids. They go down the hill, but the battle very much on for fourth.
Yeah, Ashley Davis has now got up into fourth place ahead of the number 34 of Joe Ferguson as they now descend in towards Graham Hill Bend, both really attacking Graham Hill Bend then, and now starting to use the outside curb on the exit as well. Not so much the inside curb of Graham Hill Bend, they're not confident for that yet. And no surprises there because it will still be pretty slippery as they now make their way through Clark Curve, and that's the number 34 there of Ferguson getting very close to the grass on the left hand side, just on the approach and just on the exit of McLaren. Here they come then towards the start finish line. Still it's the number 77 of Andrew Jordan ahead of the 32 of Endaf Owens as they now make their way in towards Paddock Hill Bend, and fastest lap of the race for the number 21 of Aaron Smith in third place. He's closing on the top two again.
The recovery after that little problem, little sideways moment at Graham Hill Bend. You can see the gap is coming down. He's made this race fairly difficult for himself, hasn't he? First of all, the first of starts wasn't the best, and then this little slip up going through Graham Hill Bend this time. So he's got a bit of work to do to close up on the back of Endaf Owens, who in turn is pretty much as close as he could be to the back of Andrew Jordan's car, through the left-hander at Surtees, through the right-hander at McLaren, up towards Clearways to Clark Curve, and the completion of another lap. It's Andrew Jordan, car number 77, that leads. Right in his wheel tracks is the car 32 car of Endaf Owens. He's close enough to pull out from the slipstream. They go side by side into Paddock, and Endaf Owens around the outside at Paddock, and And then, unfortunately, maybe a little contact between the two of them, but a big sideways moment for Endaf Owens, and ended up putting two wheels into the gravel. Got back onto the circuit, though. Was there contact?
Well, hard to tell from that angle, but what it did do is lose him a lot of time. It's lost him a position there to the number 21 of Aaron Smith, who is currently the fastest driver out on track at the moment, but could have been in the gravel trap a lot deeper there, could end up Owens, so he's still got a chance of making up some positions, and in the grand scheme of things, didn't actually lose a lot of time. The only problem now is that he's got the pressure from the number 87 of Ashley Davies right behind him, but our leaders now make their way on towards Bradham Straight once again to complete their 6th lap of the race. 11.5 minutes left to run. Andrew Jordan leads now from the number 21 of Aaron Smith. Then it's Endaf Owens in 3rd. Then it's the number 87 of Ashley Davies rounding up our top 4.
So Aaron Smith now takes up the job of Endaf Owens, and that is chasing for the lead of the race. Andrew Jordan is still leading. We have two categories within this Miglia's race. One is for the Miglias and one is for Libras, and the Libras currently being led by car 177 in 18th place overall. In 2nd place in the Libras is car 115, and 3rd place in the Libras with two Miglias before is car number 149. So there are races within the race. The leader is going to be very much in traffic before too long.
Yeah, we've got the top 4 basically battling away for the lead, but we've also got a fantastic battle shaping up for 5th place between the number 34 of Joe Ferguson and the number 23 of Rupert Deep. They were going side by side down the Cooper Straight as they now make their way in towards the Paddock Hill bend, but at the moment it looks like Deep has got the position, moves up a place now and up into 5th. Our leaders there stay line of stern at the moment as they make their way out of Druids and down towards the Graham Hill bend.
So 10 minutes just over of the race remaining. Andrew Jordan it is that leads. Aaron Smith in 2nd place, Endaf Owens in 3rd place, and Ashley Davis in 4th place. And that quartet of cars are getting very, very close to cars that will be going a lap down. So now a very important job by the marshals and the light panels around the circuit that will indicate faster cars are coming through. Blue flags indicate that the leaders are coming through. That's the job of the marshals and race control as well, doing a very good job. The first of the slower cars moving neatly out of the way, so the quartet for the lead have got through, and maybe Aaron Smith a little bit closer to Andrew Jordan. Now the problem with this is going to be at what point you meet the cars that you need to get past, and you could meet them on the wrong part of the circuit, i.e. just coming up to a corner, and that's when you either get an advantage or a disadvantage depending on which position in the battle you are. But it's Jordan and Smith that have got through very neatly. Andrew Jordan flings the car into the left-hander at Surtees, turns the car into McLaren and onto Clearways. His mirrors very, very full of Aaron Smith.
Yeah, an unmissable pink in his mirrors there for Andrew Jordan as they now make their way on towards the Bradham Straight. Now, could Aaron Smith size up the move? He's into that little bit of a toe. He looks to the left-hand side, trying to go round the outside, going in towards Paddock Hill Bend. Now, Endaf Owens tried this, it didn't quite work, but now heading through Paddock Hill Bend, he might get a little bit of a switchback here, might try an inside move as they make their way up the hill in towards Druids. It looks like Andrew Jordan trying to cover that inside line as they make their way, trying to grab that apex as well, holding on to the lead there, but closing on them both is Endaf Owens. He's back in this lead battle once again.
It's a trio for the lead now, isn't it? Coming down into Graham Hill Bend. First of all, Andrew Jordan. Second of all is Aaron Smith. And now Endaf Owens is in the unenviable position of not only trying to attack for the lead of the race, but also making sure that he defends the 2nd place as well. Endaf Owens has closed right up, and that's why you now see a bit of a gap between Aaron Smith and Andrew Jordan, because defending all of a sudden became more important than attacking. Now they're on the Bradham Straight. He can attack once again. Goes to the high line, entering Paddock Hill Bend, and then Owens has a look down on the inside as well. Absolutely fantastic between this trio. What a great race. Andrew Jordan from Aaron Smith and Endaf Owens.
Oh, Aaron Smith now trying to look up the inside in towards Druids. He saw the door open and tried to stick his nose up the inside, but Andrew Jordan has that covered. Meanwhile, Endaf Owens going round the outside. Down that gives him the inside line, going in towards Graham Hill Bend, and Endaf Owens now moves up into 2nd place. now his eyes firmly set on that battle for the lead as they make their way now down the Cooper Straight. No surprise really, as Enda Owens is the fastest driver on the circuit, 54.221 on that last lap. He now has his sights firmly set on the battle for the lead. Got to keep an eye on his mirrors though, because number 21 of Aaron Smith is not going to make this easy for him. The trio battling for the lead make their way on down the Brabham Straight, and this time around Enda Owens has a really good run on the 77 of Andrew Jordan heading down the straight. He tried the outside this time, he switches to the inside this time around, heading in towards Paddock Hill Bend. They run side by side. Enda Owens takes the lead away from Andrew Jordan, and then coming through as well is that number 21 of Aaron Smith to take away second place. So now Andrew Jordan down 2 places.
And Andrew Jordan immediately fighting back with that second place, has a look on the outside going through Druids, but Aaron Smith defends it and therefore slots in front of him on the run down towards Graham Hill Bend. So from first to third for Andrew Jordan. Super racing, isn't it? Is there any wonder why we absolutely adore Mini Miglia Racing? It's just so exciting and has been for many, many years. Superb to have so many mini races all in one day for the mini festival here at Brands Hatch. Now, they've been having a very close battle. In the meantime, the 4th place car of Ashley Davis is beginning to close up on that trio. So could it be a quartet for the lead before the end of the race? We've got plenty of time, just under 6 minutes. So the trio go through in the same order with Enda Owens, Aaron Smith and Andrew Jordan. Then a little bit of a gap before we've got Ashley Davis. But here's the thing, although they've been having their own battle, they are about to be back in traffic before too long.
Yeah, when you approach that traffic and when you come across that traffic, can decide a battle or two. As you rightfully said, Davies in the 87 is lapping faster than the trio ahead, so he's closing onto the battle for the lead. It could be a 4-way battle before you know it, as they make their way now through the left-hander of Surtees, then in towards McLaren, and making their way now through Clark Curve. Gets the best run out there. Enda Owens leading the way and also holds the fastest lap of the race. That is that number 21, that unmissable pink Aaron Smith car, still into that little bit of slipstream now down the Brabham Straight and towards Paddock Hill Bend. He chooses the outside line this time around, and there's number 77 there of Davies thinking about a move up the inside, maybe thinking against it, but that's a really, really good run from Aaron Smith as he tries to look around the outside going in towards Druids to challenge for the lead of this race. Enda Owens chooses the inside line and he manages to hold on to the lead. Aaron Smith still trying to hang it around the outside heading in towards Graham Hill Bend, but decides against it. Enda Owens holds on to the lead.
And you know, that traffic we talked about, it's on the Cooper Straight, and so too are the race leaders as they head into the left-hander at Surtees. Enda Owens, Aaron Smith using plenty of curb down there as well, and Enda Owens takes the wide line on the approach to Clearways. We said it was going to be a quartet for the lead. It almost is. Ashley Davis almost on the tail of the trio for the lead. They're coming up towards the battling pair 17 and 133 that are having their own battle, about to go a lap down. Owens goes through, so does Smith, so does Jordan, and so does Davis. So they're through the past the first of the slower cars on the run up towards Druids. They've got one more car to deal with, which gets neatly out the way on the outside line as they go into Druids. So they have all three closed up. Enda Owens, Aaron Smith, and now the 3rd place car of Andrew Jordan are the 3 cars in the lead that have got through. Andrew Jordan has a look on the left-hand side of the track. That's going to give him the inside line down the Cooper Straight for Surtees. So 1 place made back. So Aaron Smith drops down into 3rd place, and now Andrew Jordan is there. He's having to look in his mirrors because Aaron Smith fighting back as they come through Clearways.
Yeah, fighting back. He's not going to give up on that 2nd place just so easily as they now make their way onto the Brabham Straight. But it's allowing Enda Owens to build a little bit of a gap between the both of them as the number 21 falls back to 3rd place. Aaron Smith thinking about a move up the inside, but Andrew Jordan goes defensive in towards Paddock Hill Bend. Saw that one coming and put his car in the right place. We've also got a car off just on the right-hand side of the Graham Hill Bend. That's the number 15 car of Gordon Pocock. That will be covered by yellow flags, so the leaders won't be able to race going through here. Right-hander of Graham Hill Bend, so Enda Owens will hold on to the lead through there. Andrew Jordan 2nd place with Aaron Smith in 3rd at the moment. It's a great battle for the top 3 right now. Just 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
And the time very much ticking away, 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock, and an absolutely fascinating battle between these three as they come through clearways up towards Clark Curve. They've still got more traffic to deal with before the end of the race. The lights are on for Endaf Owens, the lights are on for Andrew Jordan, albeit a little bit more dimly than the lead car of Endaf Owens. Still in the same order, they jostle for position. As a result of that jostling, they all close up together. The slower cars pull over to one side to allow the top three to go through. Aaron Smith has a look on the outside of Andrew Jordan. That's the outside line for Druids and the inside line for going down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend. Therefore, Endaf Owens has been able to get himself a little bit of a gap over the battle for second place. Andrew Jordan defending from Aaron Smith.
Yeah, really good defending there. Smith knew exactly where to put the car there, or at least Andrew Jordan did enough to defend at the moment, but that's not going to help in his battle and his conquest to try and close in on Endaf Owens. He's having to look behind him all the time as they make their way now round the final corners and onto the Brabham Straight, and what will be the penultimate lap of the race as they make their way up towards the start-finish line once again. Do not take your eyes off this top three battle and making their way on towards Paddock Hill Bend. Once again, Andrew Jordan thinking about the outside line, but simply nowhere to put the car that time around as they head down the hill. Up now they go towards Druids. Maybe a move up the inside, maybe around the outside, who knows, but Endaf Owens has it covered either way.
What a tremendous battle coming up towards two back markers as the trio for the lead thread their way down from Druids down towards Graham Hill Bend. So three together as one go through in one line through Graham Hill Bend, accelerate down the Cooper Straight down towards Surtees. That's where the two back markers, having a race of their own, quite legitimately, but in the moment they're going to have to be aware that there are the three leaders of the race looming down on them, maybe by the time they get to Paddock Hill Bend, because the two back markers make their way out of Clark Curve. They go side by side, having their own battle, which is a very good battle in its own right, and the leaders are looming down on that battle as they go down towards Paddock Hill Bend. Andrew Jordan had a look on the wide line going into Paddock Hill Bend. All of a sudden, the two cars that are about to be engulfed by the leaders realise that's exactly what's going to happen. The first moves a little way out of the way to allow Endaf Owens through. Andrew Jordan goes through as they go through Druids. Down the hill they go, and this has all played very much into the hands of the race leader, Endaf Owens.
It really, really has, because Andrew Jordan struggled to get past one of the back markers in the number 96, and that has allowed a very, very healthy gap for Endaf Owens as he now makes his way through Surtees. He's got his own traffic to deal with. Meanwhile, behind him, that number 21 of Aaron Smith is not going anywhere as they make their way through Clark Curve once again for the final time as they make their way round the final corner onto the Brabham Straight. Endaf Owens has got a very, very healthy lead. He flashes his lights in celebration. He knows it's done already before he's even got to the line. Endaf Owens comes across to win the race. What a fantastic drive for second place. It's almost for the number 21 of Aaron Smith, but not enough because Andrew Jordan pips him to the line by 0.139 seconds. Great battle for the lead there. Great battle for second place too as the rest of the drivers come across the line. It was deep then in the number 23 who finishes in fourth place then. And we await then more drivers to head towards the line. There goes the number 37 flashing his lights across the line. Cuthbertson finishing in 8th place. And then we've got Summerhays who started this race in the gravel trap and has done a tremendous job. 9th place for Summerhays as he crosses the line there in that number 81 car. And then the number 44 of Sean King rounds off our top 10. For the Libras then, looking at it, we've got Cruz in the 177 as a leader of the Libras. As he now makes his way towards the line. There he goes, crossing the line to win the Libra class. That 177. And that's the second place car, the 149 of Warburton, and then rounding up the top three in the Libras is the 113 of Harvey. Well, if that was just the first race there, Alan, that was tremendous fun.
Mini racing is superb, and we've got a complete festival of it here at Brands Hatch today. Also, the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit rather lends itself to extremely close racing for minis. We've got minis of all sorts of different disciplines. The Miglias have entertained us for many, many decades here in the UK, and that didn't leave us wanting, did it? What a great way to start the day.
Fantastic way to start the day. More of those, please, as that was great battling with our top three and great battling all the way through. As we saw them to the line, and a shame really that the back markers, obviously they were having a battle of their own. They have the certain rules that it's 3 blue flags, so they were well within their right to give way whenever they could, and that just affected Andrew Jordan's charge. but it really did help Aaron Smith in his run to try and take away second place. Not enough. I just wanted that race to go on for a few more laps, maybe a few more minutes at the very least. It was absolutely great fun. So that's the Mini Miglias as Alan makes his way down there to have a chat with some of the drivers who finished in the top 3.
In the Libra class.
Hello guys, welcome up to the podium. So Stephen here, we've got top 3 Mini Libras just coming through. It's Pete Cruz, well-deserved victory. He's a seasoned campaigner with the Mini Libras. So he collects his anniversary trophy. So
well done to all 3 of them. Now, pose with your trophies, pose with your caps for anyone that wants to take a photograph on the far side of the circuit. Big smiles, and that, everybody, is the Libra podium. Gentlemen, would you like to make your way off the podium to make way for the Miglia class? Thank you.
okay, so it's top 3 in the Mini Libra there, you've just seen, and we now have the Mini Miglia top 3. So Aaron Smith.
The top 3 absolutely tied together. He gets the trophy from Naomi.
Our reigning champion, Aaron Smith. And Andrew Jordan taking 2nd place.
Naomi comes forward with the trophy.
Another hat for the collection. And top step for Enda Owens.
Are absolute stars. A handshake and a trophy and a cap from Naomi. Thank you, Naomi, for making the presentation. On goes the cap for our race winner, and all 3 of them posing with their trophies and their caps as well on the podium for the first race of the day, the Dunlop Mini Challenges, supported by Mini Spares Miglia overall class.
Awesome. Guys, can you hold on a second? We have a quick chat. Okay, so we'll stay now with the Mighty Minis. Roar away. There we go. First off, we go to the end to Aaron Smith. We have a quick word with you. How was that?
Very close, wasn't it? Like, it was good fun. There was nothing in it between the top 3 cars. I did make a couple of mistakes, and you only need to make a little mistake and another car's back past. So all that work early on, and then you let them back by, and then you got it all to do again. So no, it was a good race.
And of course, we do reverse grids back top 8, so that's going to put you a bit closer towards the front than if you finished on the top step in the first race.
Very true, yeah. And they've got to get by me now, so I'm not letting them pass this time.
And you're a master around here. You're going to be defensive as hell in the next race.
For sure. If I can get in the lead, that is it. Like, I am making that car as wide as the track.
Awesome. We'll keep moving on. So we've got Andrew Jordan, a seasoned professional. You're much better at talking on the camera than me. So over to you. How was the race?
Good, very close, very busy, and some very close racing, and it was a bit of a chess game. Obviously, me and Enda have had a touch at Paddock and dropped him back, but I could see him coming very strong. So really enjoyed it. Very close, and we're still talking, so it's all good.
There was a bit of contact going into the first corner. Did you see any of that?
Did I see it? Yeah, I was in it. Yeah, it's just close racing, and that's what it is.
Awesome, well done. And over to next race, and we've got Enda Owens wins again.
Lucky.
It seems like you're not doing every round this season, but when you do come out, you're right at the front. So
yeah, we've had a good few meetings. I've enjoyed it, and it's just nice to have no pressure doing the championship, and just good laugh.
come out, enjoy it.
Yeah, have a good fun.
Any tactics for the second race?
Try and make my car wider than Aaron's. No, just go enjoy it and see if we can get through the pack.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And the next round in 3 weeks' time, we will be going. Well, next race weekend in 3 weeks' time, we will be going to your home country and going to Pembrey for the Festival of Endaf.
Yeah, it should be good fun there, just down the road. So we haven't raced there for about 5-6 years. So yeah, it'll be good fun.
Awesome. Cheers, guys, and congratulations.